life got worse over the past 12 months. That's according to the latest face-to-face survey conducted by the SWS last September 12 to 16. The survey found that 29% of respondents said their lives stayed the same compared to a year ago, while only 13% said life got better. The results are equivalent to a negative 44, or extremely low net gainer score, and it is a 13-point drop from the negative 31, or very low net gainer score recorded in June of this year. A total of 1,200 adults participated in the survey from Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The government is pushing for 100% seating capacity in public transportation. The Transportation Department says they will suggest this to the IATF to help affected drivers who have been reeling from the effects of the pandemic, on top of the 9 straight weeks of oil price hikes. The DOTR also claims that there are studies showing that COVID-19 transmission is not high in public transportation.
Ang number one na rason po kung bakit gusto nating itaas ang seating capacity natin ay dahil po sa available medical literature na sinasabi pong hindi naman po transmission vector ang ating pong public transportation at kasabay na rin po dito yung pagbabanga po ng alert level dito sa National Capital Region at sa ibang rehiyon sa bansa.
Residents of Metro Manila continue to flock to cemeteries this week ahead of their closure this Undas season. But despite easing restrictions in the capital, some people are still barred from entering cemeteries. JC Cosico with the story.
It has been 2 years since 81-year-old Elsa Munoz visited her departed husband at the Manila North Cemetery. She might have to wait another year as she was denied entry on Tuesday.
Hindi namin po alam na bawalan senior na 81. Talaga pong ganyan. Mamaya na lang, magpipirit ako sa bahay.
Cemetery management bars entry of senior citizens 65 years old and above.
Yung 65 years old, hindi na po kaya pong maglakad para po puntahan po sa laki po ng loob ng sementeryo.
Minors are also not allowed inside the facility, but we still saw several children inside, some even maskless. But these kids, management says, belong to the 150 informal settler families inside the cemetery.
Siguro nag-aantay na lang po kami na matapos at maitayo po yung mga pabahay. And then siguro mawawala rin po yung mga nakatira po sa loob ng Manila North Cemetery.
Police are projecting more than 20,000 visitors on October 28, a day before the closure. At least 80 policemen are also deployed to ensure security and health protocol compliance. This may be augmented if needed.
Mayroon tayong mga police assistance desk in every corner, yung mga itong North Cemetery na to. At the same time, may mga roving tayo. May mga nagpapatrolya tayo.
With foot traffic still way lower than pre-pandemic levels, sales of flowers outside the Manila North have also slumped. Add to that the increase in prices.
Dati pa po sir, po kami ng utang po kami ng puhunan. Pero po ngayon, hindi na po kami ng utang kasi wala po talaga kami ibabayad.
The cemetery is only open until 5 p.m. Cremations and burials will still be allowed, even when the cemetery closes temporarily. For News 5, JC Cosico, We Are One News.
Senator Manny Pacquiao has made rounds, giving out money once again, this time in Pangasinan and Benguet. Despite the fact that the campaign period has yet to start, Pacquiao made rounds in Benguet and bonded with some Igorot people and market vendors. While in the province, Pacquiao also questioned the 9 billion rock netting project in Cannon Road by ACT-CIS party list representative Eric Yap. And he says it seems that only 25% of the project has been completed, well below the report that it has been fully implemented. Pacquiao vowed to finish his Senate stint by cracking down on all alleged corruption in the government. Meanwhile, Pacquiao gave out 1,000 pesos each and 10 kilos of rice and chicken to some residents of Dagupan and Binmalay in Pangasinan and some areas in Benguet. Pacquiao maintains that he is not vote buying. In fact, he had been giving out money since 2002, and the senator says he does not want Filipinos to feel the hardships that he encountered when he was still not a world-renowned boxer and multi-billionaire.
Siguro naiinggit sila dahil ginagawa ko na mula pa noon hanggang ngayon at hindi nila kayang gawin siguro sa puso nila na ganon. Magawa siguro nila pag eleksyon lang, pinaghirapan ko naman tong pera ko. So proud naman ako at masaya ako na mabigyan kong ng tulong yung kababayan ko at masaya, sulit sa akin.
Accept the bribe money, but vote according to conscience. This is the advice that presidential aspirant and Vice President Leni Robredo gave to victims of vote buying. In a forum with a group of Filipino house helpers, Robredo maintained that she is against vote buying. But the Vice President said that funds used for the illegal scheme could be taxpayers' money. So she's advising those offered the bribe to take the money, but still vote based on their own conscience. Robredo also tells voters not to feel indebted to politicians who offered payments in exchange for votes. And she believes that these erring candidates will learn their lesson once they realize that the money they used for vote buying did not get them to win the elections.
Yung sa akin, tanggapin ang pera, pero iboto sa konsensya. Pag merong namili ng boto, pero paglabas ng resulta ng eleksyon, talo siya, next time mag-iisip na yon. Next time mag-iisip na yon na, hindi effective yung pambibili ko ng boto.
Some senators want to change the substitution rule for candidates that withdraw, believing that this is being abused. But the COMELEC stands firm that the substitution is necessary under the law, although they are open to a stricter regulation of the measure. Marian Enriquez with the details.
The filing of certificates of candidacy may have ended October 8, but the Commission on Elections has to wait until November 15 to come up with the final list of candidates in next year's polls. This is the deadline set by the poll body for substitution among aspirants. Under Section 77 of the Omnibus Election Code, substitution is allowed in cases of death, disqualification, or withdrawal. This was the case back in 2015 when then Davao Mayor Rodrigo Duterte replaced Martin Dino to be PDP Laban's standard bearer. This year, rumor mill is abuzz that a substitution may once again take place with hopes that Mayor Sara Duterte will run for one of the top 2 posts in the country.
Nagagamit to as a political strategy. Naglalagay muna ng mga wala namang intensyong kumandidato. Naglalagay muna ng mga taong tinatawag natin placeholders.
Lawmakers now want to put an end to the practice. Senator Wing Gatchalian, along with 4 other senators, filed a bill seeking to ban withdrawal as grounds for substitution.
Ang gusto natin na mga kandidato, yung mga may seryosong plano para sa ating bansa, isa lang dapat ang deadline natin. Kung November 15 yan, November 15 yan.
The COMELEC, meanwhile, is on the fence about this.
We see substitution as a necessary remedy under the law. What would perhaps be a better idea is if Congress were to introduce some controls, some sort of regulation.
House Deputy Speaker Rufus Rodriguez, who earlier filed a same bill, maintained that no substitution due to withdrawal should be allowed.
There's no regulation. It's either we have that or we don't have that. And I believe that we should not have that.
Rodriguez is also seeking to revisit the entire Omnibus Election Code. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Magnolia forward Jackson Corpus will be suffering a higher penalty as the PBA has upgraded his flagrant foul penalty 1 to penalty 2. This after the league reviewed the foul that Corpus committed, which led Tropang Giga player Troy Rosario to land badly, causing him to suffer spinal shock. According to PBA Deputy Commissioner Eric Castro, while they believe that it was not Corpus's intention to injure Rosario, they are meting out penalties based on the player's action. Since Corpus's foul was an unnecessary and excessive contact, which caused Rosario to miss the remainder of Game 3, to not even be able to play Game 4, the proper penalty is that of flagrant foul penalty 2, which is a fine of 20,000 pesos without suspension. All's well that ends well for Naz Academy, Apuwang Od, and the But-But tribe of Kalinga. This comes after the National Commission of Indigenous Peoples brokered a deal between all of the parties. Here's the rest of the story.
Naz Academy has patched things up with Apuwang Od and the But-But tribe of Kalinga. The platform came under fire last August for launching an ancient tattooing masterclass without the Mamba Badok's consent. Many deemed the course a scam and a form of exploitation. The National Commission for Indigenous Peoples, which called the contract grossly onerous, brokered their conciliation process between NAS Academy representatives and the tribe on October 22. While NAS was absent, an associate spoke with Wang Od via video call.
Thank you for accepting us today, for being with you, and for taking part in this reconciliation.
In a statement, the NCIP says it has decided to finally put this issue to rest. The Butbut tribe acknowledges NAS Academy's sincere apology over the misunderstanding. The NCIP then reminds the platform to follow the procedure moving forward. Nick Garcia, We Are One News.
Here are the stories to watch out for later today. VP Robredo returns to her hometown, Naga City. A local pharmaceutical company, in partnership with an Indian manufacturer, will be bringing a new oral antiviral COVID-19 pill for mild COVID-19 cases under a compassionate special permit in the Philippines. And Game 4 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals between TNT and Magnolia happens tonight. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.